Hey everybody, this is Mickey, and today I'm going to show you guys for video number 1 tutorial for Osiris New Dawn. Today's topic is single player. We are going to go over the basics of character creation, such as the customization of the colors for the character, the different stats and what they mean, what are your different starting items, and what your stats are and what they mean. Alright, let us begin. First, here we are at the main screen of Osiris New Dawn. Maybe it's the first time you've loaded up the game. Go ahead and click on single player to get going. We're going to go ahead and delete that character right there. As you can see here, I already have a character from a previous game, but we're not going to worry about that one. We're going to go ahead and create a new character. Before you now are the current 4 classes for the Osiris New Dawn. I'm unaware whether or not this will be it, or they're going to make more or take them away. Not sure. But as you can see, we have a scientist, a ranger, a marine, and an engineer. Each of these classes are specific to certain play styles. Scientist is more focused on science, whereas a ranger is a combination of all 3 classes. A marine is more focused on combat, and an engineer is more focused on engineering, building, whatnot. Because this is single player, it's not entirely important to decide which character class, playstyle you prefer. I'm going to pick Scientist Male. This is the most important part, just choosing your colors. What you want your character to look like for the entirety of the game. I feel there should be maybe more selection here, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and just look funky, aren't we? Let's do black and yellow. And there we go. Nah, we'll do that one. There we go. There we go. What do you think? It's like a hornet. Alright. At this point, I believe the features do not impact your skills in the game. So you may create, a guy that's really tall or a guy that's really tiny. Decision is yours. Or you can simply collect random, and the game will decide for you. Next, you see here we have your stat points, such as speed, health, strength, and stamina. Your speed determines, obviously how fast you run, how fast you walk, which can be important in those situations where you're running from aliens. Next, you have health. How much HP you have, how much damage you can take before you die, how much, when your oxygen runs out, how long you have before you die. Strength determines how much you can carry before you're overweight and begins to slow you down. And then we have stamina, which determines how long you can run for before you run out of breath. You can choose to apply the 10 stat points you start with now, or you can wait till later. The decision is yours. I'm not going to do it right now. Next, you see here we have your skill tree. This is what determines what you can build when you can build it. If you zoom in here, you can see right here you have the chisel. You could choose to get the chisel right off the back, and depositories, and shovel, and whatnot. We're going to move over to combat. You have the stone axe, you have a furnace, which is good to have to begin with, and the workbench. Say about that. And we're going to go over here to science. Flares are good. Forge is good. Making batteries is good. Chem station will be good. This is also good. None of that other stuff. Beacons are good. That's good. And so based on which character you choose to begin with determines how many points you have to place in this skill tree to begin with. Whereas I'm a scientist, so I could do more sciencey stuff to begin with. That stuff is more important when it comes to playing multiplayer. If you're playing with a group of like 3 or 4 people, each of you could choose one a scientist, one a marine, and that's what their primary focus would be. The scientist is all the sciencey stuff, whereas the combat guy does all the combat stuff. Depends on how you play, your play style. Next is your all-important name. You can choose random, and then the game will pick one for you. But let's go ahead and do Mark. Let's see, how does he spell it? Mark Wahlberg. Just to be funny. Alright. Next, another extremely important part to creating a single player game. This determines how you want to play. There's 5 categories here: normal, easy, extreme, creative, and custom. For people who want, as it says here, a decent challenge, I would check normal. You know, your oxygen and your food and your thirst decay at a normal rate. And aliens are relatively challenging. If you're just looking to understand the game and play, get to know the game, I would suggest easy. It allows you to not have to worry so much about your oxygen consumption and your food consumption. It takes longer for those to run out. If you're definitely good at the game, or you think you're really good at the game, I'd suggest going to extreme. Everything, your oxygen runs out super quick, you get hungry really quick, you get thirsty really quick, aliens are really hard to kill. You can try extreme. If you just like to build and not have to worry about any of the aliens running after you or your oxygen running out, you just select creative. Just go in and build whatever you want. Yes, I prefer creative, it's pretty fun. But my ultimate favorite mode is custom, because this allows me to choose how I want to play the game. I can turn off my thirst, hunger, and oxygen. I have to worry about that. I can turn off the fact that my vehicles need gas, so I don't have to worry about fueling them up every 10 minutes. I can turn on the aliens or turn off the aliens. I can make myself invincible or make myself get fall damage. It just depends on how you want to play. I have 2 different ways that I like to play. 2 different characters. One is my creative. I just go in and build for the fun of it, just to see what I can create. And then there's another one that I have aliens on hardest difficulty. And I have like thirst and hunger and all those on low, so like I have the basic. I have to worry about things. I can still build, but I have to worry about things. I'm still challenging, but alright, there you go. Once you've chosen your game mode, you simply click create and the game will load up. I hope you found this tutorial enlightening, and there will be more to come. And I thank you for watching.